Bro, I was in Pakistan, so I stayed in Lahore for like 5 days.
Wow.
But I love Lahore, bro. Lahore is where it is at.
Did you marry a girl from Pakistan, like straight from Pakistan?
Oh, that's a tough question. Bro, I was eating the street food.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, dude. But I think you took it to another level. Like you're eating with the metal spoons from the street food. Like I wouldn't even like. That's just like a metal spoon. You don't know how many people's mouth touched that.
I never thought about that,
bro. That when I saw you eating keto with the metal spoon
in Makkah, Medina during Ramadan.
Yeah.
What? Like I can't even explain.
Like outlook on what?
Outlook on life in the sense of, bro, we are so quick as human nature to attach ourselves to things and people. Listen to this. You got that test in hardship and difficulty.
Yeah.
In the moment, you won't see it, but part of it's also a gift from God for you to get closer to Him.
Yeah. Wedding planning is crazy. People, I have one advice if you're trying to get married is make more money. That's what it is. Like you.
When it comes to relationships, for example. How do you just like, if there's an argument that comes about, right? How do you just basically like not have that urge to respond and just let it go, even though you feel like you're right? Oh. Wow, man. It has been a minute since I've done this. Okay, that's recording. This is recording. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I miss you guys. Welcome back to Chai Talk. It has been almost a month, and we are going to talk about basically where I was, what was going on. If you guys were not following me on my social medias, you guys should. But if you were, you should know. Anyways, I was traveling. I was out for a whole month, which I'll get into, but I'm still not home yet, guys. I am with my brother, Iman, aka Fire Kicks Mahmood.
Thank you,
Hey,
man.
It's only right that we brought back Chai Talk with the one and only, man. It's
Oh
only
wow,
right
what an honor.
After a whole month.
What an honor,
Guys, we haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
We're a little low. Like I've kept
energy.
them starved. We're a little low energy, but you know we're gonna raise the spirits up. But anyways, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. I'm happy that you're in Houston, Texas. You know,
Houston, Texas,
H-Town,
man.
Boogie. You've been here for almost about a week now.
Yeah, it has. I celebrate Eid Mubarak to everybody out there, bro. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak, guys. But how was your Eid, man?
My Eid was good. I'm glad that you came down. I got to do a little bit of both. I hung out with, Tasif Mamu, our uncle, my mom's brother.
Exactly.
In the morning, then I got to go with the in-laws, fiance, for brunch. You went there too.
Man. Must be nice.
We got to hang out with friends at the end at night. And then even at dinner, we got to hang out with uncle again with food.
Yeah,
so
it was amazing.
It was jam-packed. No Eid, a nap for me this year.
Dude, same.
It's one of the,
Literally
it's been
same.
a while, but that means
same.
it was pretty active and fun.
But anyway, should we just update them on where I was real quick and like what was going on?
Let's talk.
And maybe I guess you can ask out like as if I'm talking to you. But basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen yet, I shaved my head.
Wow. Maluma, guys. Doesn't he look like Maluma or Zayn Malik? Put in the comments, Maluma or Zayn Malik.
So basically, also if you guys hear like some background noise, there's some speaker playing. We can't do anything about that, but hopefully you guys it doesn't pick it up. But I went to Umrah.
Mashallah, brother.
But before that, let's backtrack. So I was in Dubai.
Okay.
This was just traveling. So I was in Dubai. As you guys saw from the Zach Knight episode, I was in Dubai. I just went through with Adam and they were filming the music video. So I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead. Okay. So then after Dubai, I went ahead and traveled to Pakistan.
Okay.
Pakistan, this was the first time I was like kind of staying just on my own without family in the sense. It was just me and Waqas, my friend.
Yeah.
So guys, I also recorded an episode while I was in Pakistan, but I didn't get to upload it. Maybe I can upload that. It was actually a good episode. Me and him did it. Talked about life in Pakistan and kind of just what we were observing, which let me know if you guys, I should probably upload that even though it was a month ago. But I was in Pakistan for about a week and a half. So I stayed in Lahore for like 5 days.
Wow.
Just us two.
And we're from Islamabad.
Yeah,
like, from Islamabad. Our dad lived from Jhelum,
yeah.
Punjab. So like,
but I love Lahore, bro. Lahore is where it is at.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, have you ever traveled where it was just like, no, like stayed in Airbnb? I mean, outside that one time.
Yeah, we all went together with just friends. That was fun.
But this is just two people. Literally in Pakistan, just like.
Yeah, we didn't go. Me and you remember we went to Lahore, but we were staying with family. But we got to do the whole Lahore tour, and like that was fun too.
Lahore was amazing, bro. But I was out there for a purpose and for a reason.
Yeah,
I was.
Go ahead, tell them.
I was getting inspiration for something that I want to bring back to the States.
Wow.
And it's centered around Chai Talk in a way.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Big
news. I might bring it back to the Big Apple.
Oh, wow. Big
New
Apple.
York City. You know what I'm saying?
New York.
So guys, I'll love your love and support with that once more information does come out with that. But I was in Pakistan literally gathering intel.
Yeah.
Gathering information. Gathering inspiration.
Yeah.
So I can bring it back just
R&D.
from the streets of Lahore. Bring it to the streets
Research
of
and
NY.
development. Research and
development.
R&D.
Exactly.
R&D.
And then after that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm already on this side of the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Ramadan had just started.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? We have to go and do Umrah because we're on that side of the world. And Umrah is like a pilgrimage. It's not the Hajj pilgrimage, but it's a pilgrimage. Just if you can't do that, it's a step below that. But you basically go to Makkah, Medina, and you perform the pilgrimage, right? And this was started Ramadan. So this is my first time, bro, in Makkah, Medina during Ramadan.
Yeah.
What, like, I can't even explain.
And you know what they say? If you do Umrah during Ramadan, it counts like as a Hajj.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like,
So I mean, inshallah, man. Inshallah, I got rewarded for that. But yeah. So now this goes back to, I'm getting to the point of my head. Right, it's shade. If you guys saw, follow my social media, I literally went completely bald. I had no intentions of, because after you perform your Umrah, guys, for those that are not aware, you just have to cut a little bit off your hair.
Yeah.
But it's sunnah, it's the tradition of the Prophet, peace be upon him. It's tradition back in the days that they would shave the entire head. And the reasons for that, I also posted on my Instagram, but the reasons for that is basically like, it's as if all your sins are kind of coming off. It's almost like a fresh start. And it's just sunnah to do so. But I was like, I didn't have any intention of doing it or shaving it completely. But then when I was there, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just there. It's Ramadan. The spirits are high. You're like, bro, it's hair. Yeah. Hair's going to grow back. My question to you is, would you have shaved your hair if you were there? And be honest.
I think.
Be honest. Completely bald, like a razor skin head. Boom.
Yeah, thing is, if I was in Ramadan, the thing, I when you said it, you're like, you're in the feeling. And like, I think I also would have shaved my head in the feeling. But at the same time, I just when I said that, like I told Abida, like, oh yeah, I would have shaved my head, and she's like, what, before our wedding? And I'm like, oh my god, I totally forgot.
Exactly,
like, I totally forgot. So like, if it's at that point and it's not obligatory, then I wouldn't want a shaved head, like a buzz cut for my wedding. Like that's not something that, like, you know, I wouldn't want. But if it was any other circumstance, then like inshallah, like if I go for Hajj, then it's gonna be
shaved head completely.
Yeah, because I want to
think your hair will grow back.
Yeah, inshallah.
I think hopefully,
I hope. Yeah,
guys, my hair is already like growing back.
Yeah, it's good. And you already got a haircut on the side.
I already got a haircut. So I think it's looking good, but
I want to know more about, like, you know, you passed over the Pakistan part, but like I want to know about Pakistan. Like, I want to ask, like, last time I went to Pakistan is 3 years, and I think a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people haven't really gone back. It's been like they maybe went back as kids. It's been 10, 15 years, but I want to know, like, the people in Pakistan. Like, I feel like the people back there are way more westernized than we are here. Like, you know, the stuff that they wear, the stuff that they say, they go to another
so we talked about this. We talked about this. Maybe I'll end up uploading that episode as well, but we kind of talked about it a little. I'll touch on it here as well. But they definitely are trying to become much more westernized, and the people there are, like, in the sense of, like, they think that the people in the States do this. So they also do it, but they do it to a level that we don't even do it at. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of just, like, I don't know, just in the sense of, like, the way you kind of dress, the way you kind of go out, the things that you kind of do. It's like and the country in itself, some certain parts, and I think more people are just trying to become more westernized, right? But the crazy thing is, like, we're not even to that level. Right? Haven't you noticed that we're not even to that level?
And I think it's
the way the people wear, whatever the case may be.
And I think it's mainly because, like, when you're in Pakistan, you're living in Muslim country, you see people like you, so you don't really, if you see someone doing something else or whatever through media and other people are doing it, you're more likely to do it. But over here, we don't see people, like, I guess where we grew up, like other Muslims that much. So we have to be stronger in our religion, and we got to find our own identity. So it's not like it's given to us, we take it for granted, which might be in other Muslims or Desi countries. So not only we have to find who we are, which I think makes us stronger, because we are fighting or having a battle of being an American Muslim, you know, American Pakistani. There's, like, you know, so you're fighting it. So I think you deep down and go a little bit more into your roots of, like, why do I believe this? Because you're constantly being questioned, because everywhere around you, it's not the same.
I think that's what it is because we have more of an internal battle between the choices that we make, because we're not in a Muslim country. So we're much more exposed to that life. And we have that choice whether to go down that path or not, or choose what the culture and religion kind of teaches. So I think that's probably what it is. Whereas if you're just in a country where it's just everybody's the same, I think that definitely plays a part. But yeah, man, I think Pakistan was definitely one of those experiences where it was. People, I think you guys, I was eating the street food.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, dude.
Just a little bit.
Dude, we ate street food that one time when we went together with mom. We never had because she's been really strict. But I think you took it to another level. Like you're eating with the metal spoons from the street food. Like I wouldn't even like. That's just like a metal spoon. You don't know how many people's mouths touch that. I
never thought about that,
bro. When I saw you eating keto with the metal spoon, and I'm like, dude, that is nasty. And you know they didn't wash it with any detergent or even the clean purified water.
That's nasty. Honestly, you're right, because I wasn't gonna do it, but then he just handed it to me and he's like, "Yo, just try this kid." Like the one of the drivers, he's like, "You know what, Chia, thandi bhi hai, it's cold." And I'm like, "Bro," so I was like, "You know, let me just try it." I tried it, but it wasn't cold. It was. I'm like, bro, like this is not worth it. But alhamdulillah, bro, alhamdulillah, guys, I did not get sick.
Yeah.
That entire trip, alhamdulillah, my stomach was fine. I feel like I'm just like, bro, I'm built different. You know.
No, I
mommy,
think
daddy's like you. You know, burger, butcher
right,
like you.
Dude, after COVID,
I go to the streets of Lahore and I eat the food, bro.
No, I think after I think after COVID, even people in third world countries got a little bit more serious about how like being hygienic.
You know what the crazy thing is? Like even our family members in Pakistan. Like when I told Carlo and this and that, I was like, yo, like I ate this. You're like, bro, hum bhi nahi khate ye. Like they don't even eat this. We're like, bro, how would you like? We even get sick from the street food. That's actually what crazy. Like they were like, they even get sick from the street food. So
I think people are getting more sensitive, or like there's the level of class between Pakistan high class. It's so much greater that like.
There's not much of a middle class.
There's not much of a middle class, so
exactly.
it's like a
but no, bro, because this time like I had full freedom. I didn't have Mama G yelling at me, even though she was yelling at me, but it was through text, it was through calls. You know, I had full freedom to kind of live how I wanted, to do what I wanted. I call it the freedom tour, guys. I was on a freedom tour. Chai Talk was international, but yeah, man, it was. What
were people our age doing there? Like, do you see like were there girls walking around, guys? Were they together? Like,
no, I think there were. Like, there's friends having dinner. There's people in the malls, bro. Like everybody's just out and about. We went to this brunch spot. I went with a friend. She took us to a brunch spot, and me, my friend, and her brother. Like, bro, it was actually a dope brunch spot. Like, it felt like America. It was in Lahore. We walked. I'm like, yo, and we literally felt like an LA brunch spot. Not even joking. It felt like an LA brunch spot, and the food was fire. The food was actually so good, and we said, literally, you walk in and you see everybody, like a lot of girls and whatnot. They're all like, everybody's modern, Western. Everybody's like dressed the way they are in America.
Not obviously not much shavar kameez.
No. I think I was the only one. I think I was because we were going to somewhere afterwards to take pictures. But literally, it was literally like LA, bro. The brunch spot was vibes. Like, you know, those nice spots. Pakistan has a lot of nice spots.
How are the people? Did people recognize you also in Pakistan? They're more like love,
bro. The people that whoever came up there in Pakistan, like I felt like this time around, a lot of people are showing a lot of love. They're watching the Chai Talk podcast. Everybody came up and started mentioning the podcast to me, right?
Nice.
And people in Pakistan. So if you guys are from Pakistan watching, I appreciate and love the support. And dude, a lot more people started coming up, and I started realizing those that actually I guess can understand the English and follow along. A lot of them were the ones that were.
I think everyone in Pakistan speaks English.
You'll see there's a huge, like you said, like you don't see that life that.
Oh, I guess like people are educated.
Those people can, but then you don't see the entire like other side of Pakistan where it's like, bro, it's like they don't have those opportunities that those people have, right? Just a resource. Like there's no middle class, like we said. There's not much of a middle class, right? But yeah, bro, a lot of people showed love this time around. Mama G, they were giving a lot of salams to Mama G. But a lot more people, because last time when we went, remember, it was okay. It wasn't that much.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but meaning like, people would come up but not say that, but I think this time it was a much more, and people messed with the podcast, so I appreciate that.
Would you marry a girl from Pakistan, like straight from Pakistan?
Oh, that's a tough question. Me personally, I know a lot of them are like the same traditional values. I like the traditional values aspects of things, but me personally, because I grew up here, I would just want someone from the same mindset from the West. Like in the sense of like that balance, but like, not to say that it's never, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? For me personally, I just feel like I would want someone but you would understand the mindsets of people here.
Would it care like if it's like from Dubai or like, would that be like, or Qatar or like, you know?
I guess that wouldn't be as, I guess I would, because it's a bit more, again, you're touching more into the Western side of things. But still, I feel like because I grew up in America, I don't know why, I would want a Pakistani girl from America.
Okay, so you're looking for only Pakistani then?
Oh, wait, what is this turning into?
I don't know. Sorry.
Why is this turning
I'm just saying, like, I just want to know because you've never really,
honestly,
like...
I feel like I'm very desi, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even though maybe I have an accent when I speak, like a Pathan accent when I speak Urdu, but I'm very desi.
Yeah.
I feel like...
You want to come back, you want to come back home to the homeland.
Yeah, I got to come back to the homeland. But the thing is, you never know, man. I've realized in life, my brother, listen.
Yeah, let's talk about your life, brother.
Let me tell you, my brother, I realized in life, man, you can plan as much as you want.
Oh, wow.
You know, you can plan your entire life with this one person.
Yeah.
You can plan you know what, I want this many kids.
Yeah.
I want to live in this state.
Yeah.
I want to marry that person. You know, and you have these visions, you dream about that. But at the end of the day, bro, Allah can take it away all in 1 second.
Yeah.
Allah can have a different change of plans. Allah, He knows what's best for you and what the plans are made for you, and He knows what is going to be best for you. And at the end of the day, bro, like you start to become attached to this. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, hey, you know what? You are older than me, my brother.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Let me give me some wisdom.
I went on a spiritual. I went on a
go ahead. Yeah,
you
went to
very
Umrah.
spiritual journey. I feel like this trip almost like in a way changed my life.
Yeah.
After especially doing Umrah, Makkah, Medina, staying there for a week and a half, especially Medina, bro, stayed there for 5 days. But during Ramadan, like I genuinely feel like it changed my life and perspective. And I come back here and it's like you get tested and tested and tested, but you just kind of bring yourself back.
In what way do you think you got like changed? Like what happened? Like, what's like outlook on what?
Outlook on life in the sense of, bro, what I was basically touching on is the idea of we are so quick as human nature to attach ourselves to things and people, right? It's humanistic. It's in our nature to attach ourselves to people and human nature to a part where that thing or that person becomes your entire life. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, you just never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
You can't.
You just never know what's going to happen in the next hour. You just never know if that person's going to walk out. You just never know if that thing is just going to be disappeared or gone. Like at the end of the day, the only thing you can ever rely on is the creator, my brother.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm not even trying to sound like
I agree.
You know
so you is the creator, but like that's not that. As I agree. So how do you like when you get attached, like whether it's like anybody, like you have friends, whether or not any type of attachments, like what's your thinking now going in? It's like, are you trying not going to be attached to the worldly things?
It's tough.
It's like what are some things you're actively going to change or think about?
I think honestly now with every step you do and every step you take, at least in my perspective now after that trip, is in the sense of you do it with the right intentions. You do it with your God in mind. And I'm not sure if everybody's watching this what faith you believe in, but in the higher power, right? Yeah. You hold on to that faith and you do it with that in mind, and you don't do it because like, you have that desire for it, but you also say it and frame it in the intention in mind with, if this is better for me and destined for me through the might of the high, you know, the Almighty, then do it. Then get it. Like whatever the case may be, like I want to do this because Allah has allowed me to do this. Yeah. I want to, or whatever, or like I want to basically pursue this because I prayed on it, or I want to do this because I've thought about Allah and how I can get closer to Him. Before getting closer to
it's a very spiritual journey.
You know what I'm saying? Before getting closer to the thing, like basically now with everything that you do, it's in the mindset of, will this be able to please the Creator?
Yeah. That's agree.
Right. Will it be able to please Allah? Will it be able to please God? Will it be able to please them? Like I want to do it in that way.
But what about also? That is a very I want to touch on that too. But before I touch on that, it's do you ever say like a dua? I mean, I've done it. Like even though like this might not be good for me, but make it good for me. Do you think that's a loophole? Like, do you think if it's like, I really want this house,
that's
right? I really want this house, but I don't know if there's something wrong. But like, you know,
I've done that. Like make
if
this for me.
Like make this, it might not be good for me, make it good for me. You think that's a loophole, or how do you?
I don't think it's a loophole as long as you put in there still and basically say like you can, obviously we want wants, and people want to make specific du'as, whether it be people or whether it be things, right? In the sense of people like, make that person better for me and make me better for them, right? I feel like you can do that, but then I think you should also add in there, however, you know what is best, like God, you know what is best, and if you know that thing is definitely not good for me, right? Then don't allow me to get attached to it. Don't allow me to, do what is best for me. Like, yes, I would say make it specific, but at the same time, do it generally as well, right?
That's what I know that makes, because there's so much, I think a lot of people, especially our age, or like trying to figure out marriage or trying to figure out business or partners or health, is like there's so much anxiety and things like trying to have so much control that you have to let go and just let a higher power just take care of it. And a little bit touching on that, what I learned in Ramadan, which kind of changed. It was really good. And I think it reminded me, I was watching the Umrah Suleiman, like 30 for 30. And something that really resonated me is like, when you do stuff for people, like I'm doing this for you, I'm doing that. Like it's just, you feel like you do so much for other people, whatever you do. And you're like, why aren't they doing it back for me? But at the end of the day, it's not like the way that we framed it was, I'm only able to do this for you is because Allah allowed me to do it. He willed it for me to do it. So I'm not going to be asking you for the...
Sorry, just put your mic down. There you go.
I'm not going to be asking you for the reinforcement back of like what I want back, I should be asking Allah. So that way it's like whenever I do something for you, mom, Abba, the aim, whatever it is, it's in the intention of I'm doing it to be what God says, and He's allowing me to do it, and I'm not going to expect something back from you guys because you guys not be able to provide what I need back, but God can. So I think that takes a lot of like pressure and just doing things just for the sake of doing it, not wanting something back.
And I think that is where, as humans, we always get caught up in the idea of you do something so much for someone and you just want it to be done back to you.
Yeah.
Right. But then when you talked about that, and I can really resonate and appreciate that, because you shouldn't, in your mind, you shouldn't think about those things. You should just think about, I'm only doing this because God has allowed me to do it.
Yeah.
And whatever the case may be, even if I don't receive it back, like it's going to come through God to allow me to do whatever that I can do more. And I think it's just one biggest thing that I was doing for my trip is like to let go of egos, right? And to let go of egos, let go of this idea of I am this, I need this, I expect this, I demand this, or like I'm right about this or that. And I feel like this can transcend to all sorts of relationships, right?
Yeah.
And Islam teaches that, bro. It teaches you. You're reading the translations of the Quran, right, bro?
Yeah.
It teaches you basically like you shouldn't hold on to these egos and enough, like the desires and egos.
Egos are killed.
Egos is what kills. That's the whole.
Kills the empires. Literally, ego has killed empires. Like it's like.
And that's what happened. If you think about it, ego starts to play into arguments. Ego starts to play into communication. Ego starts to play into relationships. So if there's that one dua that we can make is to make us better people and not to have egos, right? I feel like that'll make him out preach. But going back to one point that you mentioned, is a lot of people have this stress, anxieties, right? We're constantly tested, right? And I know we both can relate in the sense of, bro, starting from back in high school, before high school, family stuff, but then outside of that, school, right? Not getting to whatever the case may be, not getting a good exam, not getting into a school that we wanted to the first time around, not getting into this, not getting into that, or not doing well in this, us not achieving this, right? We have so much anxiety and pressure and stress from that.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I was able to take from this trip as well is that true trust in God. And that true trust in your faith. But because when I came back, you get tested left and right. This thing didn't go well for me, right? This thing didn't go as I planned. This thing didn't work out the way I wanted to. That person didn't work out the way I wanted to, right? But the only way that I feel like we can get through that is knowing that God is the one that is providing and He has a better plan, and we're putting our trust into that. And we watch all these Umar Sulaiman videos, right? Like the whole Why Me series during Ramadan. It constantly harped on the idea of like trust in God and trust that whatever is going to happen is going to be the best for you. And that is why we shouldn't attach ourselves to things. And even though it does happen and things doesn't work out your way, just trust that difficulty, bro, this is the biggest thing I would say. Listen to this. Is that you got that test and hardship and difficulty, right? In the moment you won't see it, but part of it's also a gift from God for you to get closer to Him.
1000%.
That is what I want people to listen to right there. That point is like in the idea of we are so like, damn, this is going so wrong in my life. That person left. This job didn't work out. That didn't work out.
I didn't get this. I didn't get that.
But that difficulty maybe is for a reason. That task, that obstacle is maybe there for a reason for us to get closer to God.
No,
so it's a gift in a way.
It is a gift, 1000%. Like it's happened to my own life. Like I've lost something and like it didn't work out. I got scared and then it brought me closer. And then from there on, things got better. And like I pray, like even though now it's just like I pray every day, like please, like God, like I trust you. I'm humble. Don't show me another calamity. I'm close. Like,
I know,
hey, like, hey, just listen to me, please. I don't need. I know you're gonna test me and stuff like that, but like, keep it chill. Keep it relaxed because you know I'm going like, don't scare me now. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't want anything deep. Allah na kare, like you know. But I always pray like it brings. That's how people sometimes get closer to whatever. It's just something scared happened. No one can control. So they have to, resort to a higher being and Allah.
And that's what I feel like I've started to do after this trip, and this idea of just whatever challenges that I face and that I do face is not see it as more so as it is a challenge, even though you do get caught up in whether you're heartbroken, whether you're devastated that this thing didn't work out, whatever the case may be. For all those people that are listening, use that as a tool for you to get closer to your God. Use that as a tool for you to realize, like, look, maybe this was meant for a reason. Maybe God wanted me to do those extra prayers, for me to be at the Hajjat that night crying and sajda, whatever the case may be. Maybe this was him making me wanted to get closer to him, right?
Yeah.
God's way of making me get closer to him, right? And just I think that is the biggest thing that I can take away also from my trip. And one thing that we could talk about this as well. One thing that I was making dua for a lot was to like make me a better person in the sense of to make me have more patience, more sabr, and for me to stop constantly arguing or wanting to always have a response back.
Hothead.
I
think that just comes with maturity too, you know.
So that's the thing.
Maybe this is a trip or this is a time where your thing kind of switches. Because I think it probably happened to me around this age too. Because you can see, like, you can see with like whether it be with parents, relationships, even with mom, right? Like I'm always so argumentative with mom. Yeah.
And
you get mad fast. You have a short fuse.
And maybe there's other factors that play into that. Yeah. Right. Maybe just because of everything else going on in my life or whatever the case may be. Right. You can't just. People get short tempered and have off fuse because of their whatever the circumstances they're in. Right. You can't just completely say that's just how they are.
Yeah.
Something has to have caused that, or someone had to have caused that, right? Or just environment had to have caused that.
I get where you're coming from.
She's listening. But basically what I'm trying to say is like, and that's, maybe you can touch on that, right? For those people that are like that, they are constantly like triggered or they're constantly arguing. And me, Wajeeh, would always like, I'm just always like kind of like, just always want to argue back or have a response back or trying to, maybe it's also part of my profession or a lawyer. But
it's also the ego in you, like wanting to feel right. It's like, there's so many times where I know maybe I'm right. But it's just like you just gotta swallow, just take it to the chin, and like I'm not saying do it all the time, but it's just like, do you want like it's not. This is kind of sometimes bad. Like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? But
you're so right. That's what it is.
But I don't want to keep pushing that because
you don't take advantage of.
Yeah, you don't want. No one should be miserable in any type of relationship. It's not always taking it to the chin, but like. I think as you get older, as you become a man, like there are situations where you're just gonna have to just like take it to the chin. And that's just part of growing up. Maybe that people might nowadays look at it as toxic masculinity is just like taking it to the chin. But I think it has to be a little bit back and forth where you maybe not do it all the time. Like you stand your ground on certain things, but certain things are just like it's not worth.
Pick and choose your battles.
Pick and choose your battles.
I think one of the biggest things, right? I would say. And you've learned this, and maybe you can talk about this when it comes to relationships, for example, right? How do you just like, if there's an argument that comes about, right? How do you just basically like not have that urge to respond and just let it go, even though you feel like you're right?
So you said like if you, there were people coming, so it kind of threw my train of thought. So can you repeat the question?
Yeah, basically. Okay, hold on. Do you want to take a quick little pause?
Yeah, no, we can keep going.
Okay, so basically. Question is, right? Say you're in argument. Say you're in argument with your partner. Right? With a spouse, whether relationships, right? Say you're in argument. But you feel like you're right. How do you choose to just like let it go and not respond back? Choose peace, choose happiness over whatever the case may be. Like, how do you like? I know you're supposed to do that. How do you practice that?
Okay, so I think for me, it's like. Tensions might be running really high at that moment. So you might be right. So it's a more of an understanding, be like, okay, let me go ahead and validate your feelings. Let me understand where you're coming from. And I'll try to say mine. But if it's not coming through, I'll just be like, okay, let's just like, let's just stop it here because emotions are just so high. You're not thinking you're in an argumentative state. And then what I like to do is like 1 or 2 days later, it's just like when things are calmed down and be like, hey, I didn't appreciate the way, like when things are not as high as elevated. Hey, I just want to let you know, like, I don't want to talk at that moment, but like, these are the things that I didn't like. I didn't appreciate that. So just a little bit more patience and you're not going to find, like, I know you like to, like, if there's an argument, you want to fix it right then and there. And you don't want to. And sometimes some people need to have like space or they want time. Like, cause I'm just like that. I want to fix it right then and there. I don't want to go.
Were you like that?
Yeah, no, 100. That's how I am. Because it's like I don't want to keep hitting my head against a wall. Because even though it's like, fix it, but is it really fixed? It's just like, so I feel better. So that once again, the ego comes in. It's because I want to feel better. So it's like
it's the ego.
You eat it up. You take the hit. You be like, okay, I'm not gonna feel good. It's gonna hurt. Let me just wait a day or two, and then maybe the conversation might be even better. And then the other person might also see it like, hey, they didn't say it right away. They've been thinking about it. It's been a day or two. They're coming to me in a more calm manner.
Yeah.
So their defenses might not be up. And I think it takes both people have to be mature.
People, for sure.
Because if it's like constant like this, then you can't be the bigger person always. So then they'll see like, hey, this person's like, you know, trying, like being calm. Like, let me try too.
Yeah. And I feel like those people that are watching this right now, right? Whether it's a woman or whether it's a male, I feel like people are like this in the sense of like, even me, right? I need to take accountability in the sense of like, I understand that I am the type of person that's, in a sense, if something's it's heated in the emotion, like we want to talk back, I want to fix this issue. We want to know like this should be this way. Like moments get high, emotions get high, right? But it's probably best to practice sabr, and maybe it's not. You don't have to always respond. Maybe just silence is the best response in those moments. To table it and like you said, come back 2 days later and then talk about it. And I feel like for those that if you feel like you are this way, and me myself, I feel like I am this way. That's why I make dua to become a more of a patient person, and this goes back to the teachings of Islam, also to learn how the Prophet, peace be upon him, lived his life, and how it was like he wouldn't, you know, I don't want to missay a hadith, but in the sense of how sometimes in arguments you should maybe it's better to just be quiet and like not have those emotions run high, and that's what we need to do is practice that patience and that ego, let go of that ego.
I think the ego is the biggest thing. Egos in relationships are killers. So like.
Yeah, man. And it's just, the thing is easier said than done, bro.
Oh, 100. It hurts. But the thing is, that's why you have, if you need to take it out, you have somebody, like you could call me. I'm calling Andre, be like, I'm letting it out to a third, maybe a third. There's just someone that's just be like, you know, what is this? The things like that, because you might still need to let it out.
But you also need a mature friend as well.
Yeah, you definitely need a mature friend, because if you're coming from a friend that, we don't like that, just like, you know, just be like hyping you up. No. You need a mature friend in a sense of like, I understand where you're coming from. This is where they're coming from. And just hear you out, because I think a lot of people just want to be heard, and everyone's just trying to push their narrative.
And I think it also starts with that practice at home, right? Where it's like I need to start practicing that patience in the house. With mom, with you know, Iman, with that, like I need to start practicing.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hard, because you're gonna be like, I'm being patient, and you guys are not.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta understand. Yeah, you're gonna have to
are.
understand. Like, you're not gonna get the appreciation of the patience at all.
They will always choose to be right. They will always choose to have their say. Even if we back down, even if I practice the patience, even if I walk away or step away, bro, they will not do all those things. They will not try to practice those things, because that's how they were trained. That's how they're rooted, and that's how they operate.
And they're not going to notice or realize your efforts of your patience. They're going to be like, oh, he just realizes I'm right. That's what it is. Like, it's just going to be like, you're going to be like, you're going to be like, they just realized that I'm right. So that's where it's going to hurt, because that's where more fights, it's just going to be like, that's where it's going to hurt. And
have you experienced that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be not, it's just, you know, it's just like, hey, I'm just going to be right. Then it's just like Allahu, like, so,
but
like,
it's
you know,
so hard to not respond. Bro, how do you not respond?
I don't know.
Like, how do you not respond?
You think dad doesn't respond?
Dad doesn't respond.
Or maybe dad
starts making sound effects.
Yeah, maybe maybe that's one extreme. I think we have two different extremes. I think that's why mom and dad, quote unquote, work, because mama will talk and dad will not
say
nothing. He will not talk back. He will do whatever. He won't talk back. He won't engage. He will just listen. The whole time you go, and it can last hours. He'll just listen, and then he's gonna end up doing whatever you tell him to do. So, but I think that's one extreme, because I don't think that's healthy either. I don't think that's healthy. So it's like,
it's like, you know, I think with this, your parents, and now this comes back to, like we said, it starts in your house. And then you'll start to realize how it's improving your relationships, I feel like, right? You start that practice inside your home, inside your house, with your parents, if you know that they're not as understanding as they can be. And we know brown parents are not as understanding as they can be. We know that's just how they are, and we can't blame them as well. And neither can we change them. Oftentimes, this podcast, like, you were talking so much, you're trying to change their ideas, trying to change their narrative, trying to change them. But at the end of the day, we can't change them, right? So it's just practicing that patience, practicing that sabr, taking it on the chin. And
to an extent.
Not all the time, but to an extent. But it's also not letting your emotions get to you and start lashing out as well and talking back, right? What I would say is to just start practicing inside the house, which I need to do as well. And inshallah, after this trip, and that's something that I've really been focusing on. And to now, then that'll carry on to relationships. of being able to practice that within relationships whenever an argument does ensue or does happen, and being able to practice that.
Yeah, inshallah, like, you know, like whoever your next or inshallah wife would see a much better version of you now too. It just takes these, like, you know, whoever the next one might be really lucky if you can keep this up.
What do you mean by next? You mean just like whoever
it is? Meaning like whoever you choose.
I don't have, like, what are you implying?
You don't know, whoever you right.
I've never talked to a girl, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Come on, Mama, she's watching this. I don't
know. Well, whoever, like, you know, now I'm not saying next. Whoever you end up with, I think will be, if you keep on, and this will be, I think will be very lucky. But
and like you said, that comes with maturity.
Yeah.
That comes with that understanding.
Yeah.
That comes with that accountability, and that also comes with faith.
Yeah.
And I think that is the biggest component that I feel like I was needed to fit into the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because once you have that faith, once you have that tawakkul, that belief, that trust, and once you start practicing that patience and letting go of that ego through that faith, then I think it's just going to open and make roads that much easier. I think it always starts with that faith first and having that trust in God, and then start navigating other places. And even if something doesn't work out, okay, I can go back to trust in God.
Yeah, I think and the thing is, among people, like, your faith, it's gonna go just like, it's gonna be highs and lows. It's gonna be a
roller coaster. Yeah,
it's gonna be high. It's not gonna be like, you can't be constant high because it take a lot. Like, it's gonna be highs and lows, but I think it's just more like trying to get that, you know, balance of how it would go, because, you know, we're coming off of Ramadan where I probably at a high, or some people
we're at a high, and then as soon as you know, bro, as soon as you get out of Ramadan, it's already, you see it
because you just want to relax a little bit, and then so you see it instantly. So it's like it's instantly. And it's not, I'm not saying that's like, you know, bad. Like, it's gonna be a roller coaster, but as long as I think some type of an effort, or you're trying, or I think with anything, it's consistency. It's trying, just making an effort. Goes a long way. It's not like just giving up. Be like, okay, I tried for whatever 30 days, it's not working. It's gonna be whatever it is, therapy, whatever, it's work.
And I think the biggest thing is also, like, understanding that it's a roller coaster, that it's a journey, but also make dua that you pray, and you pray in times when you're low, right? But also in times of your highs.
When you're high,
because that's what happens. People only seek faith, right, when they're distressed, when they're faced with a challenge, when they're like, right? But that's why part of my du'as now is also allow me to worship you and pray to you in my lowest and in my highest, in my weakest and in my strengths, right? In my strongest, whatever the case may be. Like, that's another thing that I've been learning, and after this trip, I feel like, and inshallah, I hope everybody can implement these things and everything that we're talking about. If you guys are going through something right now, if you guys are having an obstacle in your life, if something didn't work out for you, find your faith and allow your trust in that to start opening more doors, and to just know that it's a journey, it's a process. Things will work out, inshallah, one day. And I know we're human, we let our emotions get the best of us, but it's gonna be like that. Like Ahmed said, it's gonna be a roller coaster.
It's gonna be a roller coaster.
You're gonna feel low. Just keep it pushing, and inshallah, it all
just
works
have that
out.
belief and keep swimming.
That's my biggest thing from this Ramadan, and inshallah, we can carry it, and all those people that are going through things, again, like I said. But this just goes back to saying that trip for me was definitely life-changing. Yeah. Because now I feel like I have this one source that I can hold on to. Yeah. Right? And that is faith in Iman. And now I'm able to now tackle everything else. Yeah. Right?
It's not like you didn't have it before. Dude, that's the thing. It's not like you weren't like you didn't have that before, but I think
you know what it is,
because I want to know what's the more, because it's not like you did everything. Yeah.
You know, we always prayed. Yeah. We always fasted. We always did all those things, right? Yeah. Alhamdulillah, we did what we were asked and we were supposed to. We always prayed on time. We did all those things, right?
Still had
because
of
Mama,
faith. Yeah.
The way she raised us, right? Alhamdulillah, namaz was always. I was always. You know, we both always pray, right? That's not to say I never prayed, but we get caught up in just going through the motions. We're praying, right? We're praying, but we're just praying just to pray.
So we're going through the motions. So I agree. So it's more of a robotic. It's just like it's a checklist.
It got to a point where for me, namaz and everything that I was doing, right, was more so just I just have to do this. It's a checklist. It's I'm just going through the motions. That true feeling.
Yeah, that feeling's hard, man.
That true feeling of praying. Yeah. That is what I was like. That's what I was lacking.
That you're missing.
That I was missing because I was doing all those things. I was doing what was asking me, required of me, whatever the case may be, to do all the best that I can do to the best of my ability. But the faith aspect, the Iman aspect, the feeling.
Because you always believed everything. It's not like you're not believing anything new.
No, it's not.
And it's not like I wouldn't say it got stronger, but I mean, it gets stronger. But
it's
in
changing
the sense
the
of
narrative. It's like why are we praying?
Why? It's not more like because I get into
so go back to the why are we praying?
Yeah.
So you just pray because we just right before
it's just check like you have to.
It's a checklist.
I have to do this. You have to.
But once you start focusing more on the why, right? Once you start focusing more on the why we pray and what is this gonna do?
Yeah.
Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to check this off?
Yeah.
That is what helps more. And to know, and for me, I'll tell you that helps me. And for that, why is to ultimately, I want to do things that will please God. I want to do things that will please Allah. And praying is one of those things. And the moment, and again, this was from a video from Umar Salamanti. I thought it was a talk, whatever the case may be. It was I don't know, I think one of those nightly talks, basically, or the Juz 30 for 30, right?
Yeah.
Basically, one of the person was saying, like, everything that you do in life or whatever the case may be, you should do with the mindset of, I want to please God. And once you do that, then you only get rewarded even more so. Things will start opening up for you more so. You're going to get that reward if you have that mindset and if you do things and you pray knowing that I have to do this because I need to pray.
A little bit mine, I agree, because mine's I have a little bit fear-based.
Yeah.
Mine's fear-based. Fear-based is a little bit checklist, but it's also, there's so many things I'm asking for, and I'm so thankful for a lot of things that I'm like, thank you for everything that you've already given, but I know it's like, here's another list of all the things I want too. So I'm like, in order for me to get the things that I want, like whether I'm working in this world above, like I have to ask or work, because I can't be doing completely opposite and just ask.
From you.
Yeah.
Nothing is from you.
Yeah.
Nothing
So
is from us.
I know I have a long list of things that I want. So that's why I think it's more like, hey, I'm asking, so I need it.
And again, that goes to everybody out there holding on to their faith and just having that higher power. And I think that is really important. And I think it's really, really, really crucial. And I feel like that's kind of, I feel like people, we wouldn't want to get too like spiritual.
I think this whole thing was religious.
The whole thing?
The whole, like, I think, I feel, I don't know if
started to get that way?
Yeah, I think it just went, because you came from Umrah, Ramadan just ended. So I don't know if a lot of people have that same belief, or they're not that close to religion, but I think this was a very spiritual, religious podcast.
Everybody is going through something in their life.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. If people are going through something, they
can bring it back to them in their way.
Yeah.
Not in our, but they can bring it back to in the sense of everybody is going through something in life, right? And I think it's only right for us to have this reflection right after Ramadan, right after my trip. And I'm just kind of giving you that breakdown.
You're being honest of what's going on. You're not trying to appease, I know, trying to have a bigger audience, but it's just, this is personal to you.
This is personal to
what
me.
You're going through and what you have felt, and
100%. And what that trip meant to me.
What that trip meant to you.
And it's just reflections.
And people can take that on their own of like, put it into their life and whatever they believe in.
I know people want to see drama. I know people want to see us arguing back and forth, me and Momaji going at it, whatever the case may be. But I think these talks are also important to listen to. What Amma talked about, the relationships advice, how to just let go of things, right? All these things can transcend to everybody else, starting from the house, going into relationships, how to let go of that ego, how to stop arguing, how to become more mature. I think everybody can take something from this. And I hope people can outside of the spiritual aspect of things too. So, but I mean, that's good, man. I mean, is there any, I think we've talked a lot. Is there any, I know you're getting hungry. We got mini Chubby West guys.
Yeah,
the next one might be with a mukbang video.
Yeah, we're trying to do a
Chubby West or
mukbang
Chai
video.
Talk podcast with mini Chubby West. So stay tuned for that, and let me know if you guys want me to post that. I think I will post that episode that I got from Pakistan.
Yeah,
even though it's before Ramadan.
And you should be in the comments like, what more do they want to see?
Yeah, more you guys want to hear us talk about.
And then the updates, like hopefully, like inshallah, like I'm wedding planning right now, which is
the wedding plan. I can't wait to hear about.
You want to hear?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, do you?
Not right now. So like maybe in like I can tell people if they're interested, like how wedding planning is.
Oh yeah.
How it is now with basically I have a new family in Houston. How it is with how's it with in-laws, their cousins.
But I think that's more once you get closer to actually married.
Yeah, I think later on, maybe in a future podcast, like before, because I mean, I've been close to the in-laws because I live here. I see a lot of with them and just wedding planning in general.
In-laws are watching this though.
Alhamdulillah, I have really good in-laws. I'm just saying, they even invited you.
They're amazing, bro.
They're
like
amazing.
I keep, whenever Mama and them, they would ask, like, how was it? I would say they're amazing.
It's family. So good. Like we're very blessed.
Especially Abda too. Quick shout out to Abda, bro.
Yeah, very blessed to have an amazing family here. And they really like
I can see why you're staying here.
Yeah, you can see now, like they really treated me like their own. So
100%.
Just being able to like respect that, understand that wedding planning is crazy. People, I have one advice if you're trying to get married is make more money. That's what it is. Like you need,
or have a small wedding.
Not even if you have a small wedding, it doesn't matter. It depends what you want. Like I want, I want, want you to dance. I want, like I have like a Bollywood thing as well. So it's like, she has her thing. So it's like just navigating that
finance, bro. It's a tough thing.
Finance, it's huge, dude. It's a lot. So So inshallah,
man. And again, man, I got some exciting things that I've been working on, and I can't wait to kind of share it. And
yeah,
kind
there's
of like
so many things too.
It's a lot of things I'm working on.
Other
So
things I need to
basically,
talk to you
inshallah, it
about,
comes
yeah.
to life.
Yeah.
Inshallah, you guys can see it come to life in the city of New
You're
York.
gonna get the merch, man.
I know, guys. Chai Talk
I have
merch.
the person too. Now I have,
You have a designer?
I have the designer now. Designer fulfillment and everything.
All right, we're going to get on the merch.
Yeah.
I would love for you guys to support. But anyways, thank you guys for joining. Stay tuned for the next couple episodes. If you guys haven't watched the other ones, go ahead and watch those. The one with Zach Knight, the ones before that. Anything else you got to say, my
No,
brother?
brother, just
We hungry now. Let's eat.
we hungry. Let's eat.
Love you guys. Stay blessed. And if you guys, again, are going through something, have that trust in your faith and just know that everything will work out. Inshallah, things will work out. Things will open to, things and doors will open for you. So just have that constant faith and belief that things will work out. Much love. Stay blessed. And always, always, always stay beautiful, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.